This is TWiT.
Get ready to match the geeks. Georgia Dow, Iain Thomson, Jason Calacanis, and Christina Warren. Plus contestants Mikah Sargent and Lory Gill. As we play the TWiT edition of Not Match Game. And here's the host of Not Match Game, DeBartolo.
Whoa! Welcome to Not Match Game. It's hard to say Not Match Game after writing 40,000 match game questions for the 3 versions of the show. And people often say, do you get money from the match game that runs on Buzz? I did. I got $1.12, and I called them up and said, so is this weekly? No. Is this monthly? No. And it turned out that it was $1.12 forever. And then I also got 28 cents because I worked on Family Feud for a couple of years. So it's hanging on the wall. Okay, so this is how we're going to play. We have the 2 contestants. So Mikah is contestant 1. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Mikah.
I come from Missouri, or as people often ask, is it pronounced Missouri? No, not for me. I come from northern Missouri, and I recently moved to California to start working here at TWiT.
Perfect. And our other contestant is Lory. And Lory, your background is?
My background is a couple of posters from Star Wars.
Wait, is it the same poster? Oh, it's two different posters.
2 different.
Okay.
It's the ones that you got from the cereal boxes when the prequels came out.
Not really.
No,
How big are those
really
cereal?
Is.
You know, in Manhattan, the big cereal box is like this big. So was it folded up, or was that the actual?
It was folded up. No, it was just a regular, like a Cheerios box or something like that. I bought so much cereal around that time trying to get the special one. So I got, like 15 of those 2 and never got, I think I'm missing I'm missing the Star Wars one. I have Empire and Return of the Jedi, and I'm missing the Star Wars one. Never got it. I bought many, many boxes of cereal.
Well, during this lockdown, did that help? You still have a lot of the boxes left over? It could have paid off. Okay, so you're going to be our 2 contestants, and then we have 4 panelists, and let's meet them now. Iain, tell us about you.
That's being on the spot. Yeah, okay, I'm a journalist with the Register, a UK title over here. I'd never actually encountered this show before I was asked to take part, but it's the equivalent of a UK show called Blankety Blank, which we stole.
Yes, exactly. It is the same show because Mark Goodson sold it to whatever your local production company is. So is Blankety Blank gone?
Corporation, yes.
Yeah, BBC.
It died after a while. It was famous for having very bad prizes. The loser got the Blankety Blank checkbook and pen, which shows you quite how old the show was. But you got a checkbook cover and a pen, and that was your prize for taking part. Great.
Oh, my. Unbelievable. And Jason, you're another contestant?
How you doing?
Good. And you? Tell us about you. We heard a little bit about you earlier.
Podcaster and angel investor, blogger, entrepreneur, and troublemaker.
Oh, okay. And Christina.
On social media mostly. I'm a troller on social media.
Perfect. Christina?
Yes, I'm Christina Warren. I am a former tech journalist, still a tech podcaster, and I work in developer relations at Microsoft. I'm also a massive fan of both Not Match Game and Match Game. So this is genuinely like my dream because I've wanted to have a YouTube version of this show for like a decade. I even had a meeting with the rights holders about 7 years ago, and they were not interested. But so I'm super excited that we're doing this.
All right. Well, let's see if you really were a fan. Who were the people who sat top row, left and the person who sat next to them. All right, the two most famous. Go ahead.
Okay, so that was Charles Nelson Riley and Brett. Can't think
You're
of her
close
last name.
enough. Brett Summers. Yeah, you got that.
Brett
That was
Summers,
very good.
everybody.
That's very good.
She spoke
10
like a
points
sailor.
to Christina.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't even started yet. And Georgia, tell us about you.
So I'm sorry I'm a little delayed, but I'm a psychotherapist and a tech podcaster, did blogging and technology, and now it's like therapy in the daytime and podcasts at night.
You have the most soothing background, okay? The cool lights, no books. Very impressive. Okay, so, do you guys have the ability to write your answers? Or were you just going to say them? Oh, everybody. Oh, this is perfect. Perfect. You could say them out loud, but it's better if you write them because we basically don't trust any of you. Okay.
And you shouldn't. We're all going to cheat, so it's a good thing. That,
okay, so we have to decide who goes first. So I'm supposed to flip a coin, which I did. So we will.
I don't trust you.
You don't trust me. Okay.
I trust you.
Mikah, pick head or tails.
Head.
Oh my gosh, I picked tails. So we are going to have Lory as the person to go first. She will give her answer, and then we will try to match her. Okay, Lory? We use Dumb Donald on the show a lot. We change it to Dumb Denny, okay? Dumb Denny said, if this is an Apple computer, how come it doesn't have blank? Okay, everybody's going to write your answers, okay? Dumb Denny said, if this is an Apple computer, how come it doesn't have blank? You have 30 seconds. The music will time out at 30 seconds. And there are no wrong answers. I always tell people that. There are stupid answers, but there are no wrong answers.
Will there be booing, though?
Yeah, no, only if Tony has booing queued up. Okay, everybody has an answer. It looks that way. Okay, Dumb Denny said, if this is an Apple computer. Oh, we have that. Dumb Denny said, if this is an Apple computer, how come it doesn't have blank? Lory said...
I said a stem.
A stem. Okay, that's a good answer. So we're trying to match stem. Okay, so we're going to begin with Iain. Iain said...
Oh, dear. I feel slightly ashamed, but...
Oh, no!
You're not wrong.
No. Georgia, you said...
A leaf.
Okay. Oh, you're almost. So they belong together, but not close enough. Jason, you said...
I had two answers. I'm going to give you my first. How come it doesn't have an outrageous price?
Oh, okay. In this shut-in days.
But my second choice was no ports.
No ports.
No.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
Okay, and then we're left
Christina,
with...
help me out here.
I was close. I was real close. I had seeds.
Oh,
seeds. I really wanted to go with, a single core, but that felt like
that was good.
Deep.
That is so good.
All right, let's see how we do with this. Sam was such a super salesman, he once sold blank to an Eskimo. Sam was such a super salesman, he once sold blank to an Eskimo. Now, that should be sort of a narrow range of answers.
I don't know. Don't put it past anyone.
Okay. Mikah, your answer was? Super salesman.
Ice cubes.
Ice cubes. Ice cubes is great. Ice cubes is a great answer.
Thank you.
Okay, Iain, the super salesman, was able to sell what to an Eskimo?
A refrigerator.
A refrigerator. Okay.
A big ice cube.
Yeah. No, that's very good. Jason.
Well, my first answer was Thunderbird when I came back.
This is so obvious. It has to be ice. Ice.
Yay!
I had ice.
Well, you know what? We'll give you that because you drew a cube. You said ice and there was a cube.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Has to be
so
ice.
we have one score. Let's see. Tony, are you scoring this? I guess you are.
we have a crack team keeping score.
Oh, okay. Christina.
It's got to be ice cubes.
Yes.
Ice cube. Oh, another match.
Yep.
Nice,
okay.
Christina.
And Georgia.
I have snow.
Oh, snow. Okay. It's not a bad answer. Is
it a
There's
euphemism
as well?
It's a euphemism for ice cubes.
Okay. All right. Well, now, all right. So this is a question. Match game. There were two versions of match game. There was a match game nighttime, which they said
Night game PM. Match game PM. Yeah.
exact match game, and so they said the questions could be a little bolder. So I wrote
risky.
one. Oh, I wrote
This
one
is
that
my
I thought
time to shine, right?
standards and practices will laugh and throw this out. But it got on the air, okay? So since it got on ABC, we can see how you do it. Unlucky Louie was so unlucky, and then the audience would scream, how unlucky.
How
Unlucky was he?
Unlucky
This
Louie
is a
was
purely
so
American
unlucky.
thing, right?
When he went on a diet, he lost 3 inches, but he didn't lose it from his waist. He lost it from his blank.
Oh, my word.
No, it's answerable. And it's answerable in a family-friendly way.
Now, is this Lory, or do I keep going?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're back to, we're going to get back and forth. Okay, Lory.
Great. I just want to make sure,
Yeah. So, Lory, that's going to be yours. Unlucky Lou was so unlucky. He went on a diet and he lost 3 inches, but he didn't lose it from his waist. He lost it from his blank. Got a few more seconds in music. God, you can write the answer you want and put some X's in there for the missing letters. Oh, you're still stuck? I think 30 seconds are up. Iain, did you come up with anything?
I had to really restrain myself because I've got to say the urge to get smutty was very, very strong, but I'm going with...
3 inches from his soul. Oh, my God. Okay, Jason.
Come on, anyone who gives up chocolate.
Wait, who answered the question? Didn't they have to answer it?
Yeah,
Lory
Lory's
has to
supposed to go.
answer first.
Lory, I'm so sorry. Lory, we are matching you, and your answer was he lost 3 inches from his brain.
See, I'm
Okay.
appropriate.
That is one
I'm
head.
family
So
friendly.
okay.
Okay, we're going to go with Christina.
Yeah, I was not going high.
Hey-hoo.
Okay, and Lory.
That was me.
Georgia.
Georgia, I think, is next.
I'm sorry, Georgia. Go ahead.
Brain.
Oh, you match within each other. You see the
I
actual.
first went darker, but then I thought it's going to be on the internet forever. So
Yeah.
Protect
Well,
yourself.
the best answer that no one with a clean brain thinks of is unlucky Louie was so unlucky he lost 3 inches. He didn't lose it from his waist. He lost it from his height.
Oh.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
I think you skipped me.
Yeah. Who did I skip?
Oh,
Jason.
I thought Jason. Okay, Jason. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I went with Gluteus Maximus. He lost it.
Oh, but okay. Actually, that would be a good thing.
Yeah. Well, depending
okay.
on the era.
Yeah.
Butts go
Oh,
in
no,
half style.
we're back to Mikah.
well,
now.
you heard about Brian May's Queen buttock incident, so yes.
None of us have heard of that. None of us are English.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Mikey,
Brian May.
I've heard of Brian May's and Queen.
He ripped his entire gluteus maximus yesterday doing some heavy gardening.
Heavy gardening.
Anyway.
Just yesterday.
Wow.
Another gardening butt accident.
Rock and roll, eh?
Yeah, and so rock and rollers and their gardening accidents.
It's wild. Yes. What is mine? Dear.
Okay. Do you know who the Lone Ranger is? You're so young.
I do know the Lone Ranger.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. The Lone Ranger said, with the price of everything going up, I can't afford silver bullets anymore. I'm now buying blank bullets. Okay. The price of bullets is going up so high. I can't afford silver bullets. I'm buying blank bullets. I like that thinking music.
Bullets. Silver bullets.
Sorted it.
Oh, man, this is kind of a tough one.
Oh, I thought it was going to be so easy.
Yep. Ready.
Okay.
Ended. Okay. Micah. The Lone Ranger said, price of everything going up. Can't afford silver bullets. Now I'm buying.
I hate my answer. Copper bullet.
Copper bullet. Oh, that's okay.
Answer.
Copper's cheaper than silver.
Not great.
Not great. Exactly.
Not great. It's not bad, but it's not great.
Oh, okay. These very competitive people here. Iain, you said can't afford silver bullets. I'm buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin.
Good answer.
That's very funny. Jason.
Well, totally useless.
Well, it's an obvious answer. Gold, silver, bronze. Of course, bronze. You would go with bronze.
Okay.
Silver.
Okay, Christina.
I almost chose 10. That still wouldn't have worked, but it would have been closer to Micah's. I chose plastic.
Oh, plastic is a very good answer.
I was thinking like paintball bullets.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking I was like 3D printed bullets, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. That's very good.
Well,
Georgia?
Well, mine was a little bit more environmentally friendly than Christina's, but along the same lines. So I went with wooden.
Wooden.
Yeah.
Oh, wooden. Actually,
no points.
Very useful for vampires.
So far, we just have 1 point on the board. Is that correct?
No, Mikah has 2 points.
Micah has 2.
Lory has 1. Mikah has 2.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
I'm going to get you, Mikah.
It'd be cool if you could throw the points up on the screen, but I'm sure that's difficult.
John said, I did a family history test, and I found out there's an awful lot of blank in my family tree.
Ooh.
I did one of those family history tests, and I found there's an awful lot of blank in my family tree. Gee, it's so funny. I thought it would be so easy. In my family tree. And Lory, this is your question. One of those family tests and found there's an awful lot of blank. Lory, in my family tree, there's an awful lot of bad apple.
Bad apple.
Very good answer.
Kind of like a throwback to the first question. Wow. Iain. Oh, we lost somebody. Iain. What am I finding in? What was John finding in his family tree?
Big geeky butts.
Old code. Okay, Jason.
I thought it said old road.
I said rot. A lot of rot.
That's a very good answer. Okay, that's what I had written down, actually. A lot of rot in my family tree. Okay, Lory?
Georgia.
Oh, Georgia?
Georgia. Sorry.
I have bad seeds.
Oh, we're so close.
Oh, that's so close.
Okay, and we're left with Christina.
Yeah, and I did not.
Got a lot of idiots.
Best answer.
Is your family watching?
You get the point.
You're just more honest than anyone else. That's all.
Okay, so we're back to Mikah. The captain said to the new recruit. Ordering you off this submarine if I catch you blanking in the torpedo tube one more time. The captain said to the new recruit, I'm ordering you off this submarine if I catch you blanking in the torpedo tube again. Wow. Very public domain thinking music.
Groovy.
Everybody an answer?
Yes, I think.
Okay. All right. Captain said to the new recruit, I'll order you off the submarine if I catch you blanking in the torpedo tube again. And you said?
Sleeping in the torpedo tube.
Wow. And some Z's in there. Very nice.
Thank you.
Heavily illustrated. Iain, if I catch you blanking in the torpedo tube, doing what?
I feel ashamed.
Oh,
Yeah, but you said it appropriate. You said it very British.
Yeah,
better than writing it the other way. Okay, Christina?
Yeah, kind of on that same thing. I figured if I can't be the Richard Dawson of this one, I'm going to be like the Brett Summers. So.
Yes.
You got to go somewhere.
Before match game went on, there was a woman, Diane Janova, who went backstage and said, if you want to say urinating, you do not. You say peeing. So that would be acceptable. Okay, so we have, who do we have left? We have Georgia.
So I don't know if maybe I get a point with Christina for peeing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but there's no inter-panel prize.
No, but
you would normally.
But you match. No, it's very hopeful. Okay, and Jason.
Well, the gender differences are so obvious here. The ladies are peeing, but the men are.
Oh my
wow.
Well, it's interesting.
What's on our mind?
The men match, the women match.
My husband texted the same thing. So.
Oh, did he?
Such an
Oh,
obvious
okay.
answer.
We are that anal, you know.
It's a friendly way to relieve gases right in the torpedo tube.
All right.
For everybody's benefits, right, Iain?
It shows consideration to others.
Absolutely.
Okay. Harvey invented the smallest mating call ever. It imitated the mating call of a blank. Okay. Harvey invented the smallest mating call ever. It was about that big. And it imitated the mating call of a blank. I think we're going to have some luck with this. I'm pretty sure. I'm actually going to write an answer too. Just... And this is Lory's question. And Lory, he invented the world's smallest mating call, the mating call of a flea.
Flea.
Excellent. I'm not even playing, and I wrote flea.
Oh.
Okay.
So I matched with you. Do I get a point for
Yes.
A spiritual point.
A spiritual point. Iain, you said.
I said a mayfly or a drunk Brit. Because a drunk Brit is basically, hello, my love.
Okay, Georgia. The mating call, mini mating call of an ant is very good. Wow, everybody with the artwork, it's great. Jason.
I too went with the obvious answer of an ant.
Of an ant. Oh
obvious
my God.
answer. Flea is the obvious answer.
Is this a game show for ants?
And Christina, you?
I put gnats.
A gnat.
AKA a tender bro.
Which is smaller, a gnat or a flea?
A flea
Anybody
is way
know?
smaller than an ant.
Oh, okay. Then we had the best answer. All righty. Okay. So
I
now
got a
we're
spiritual
back.
point. So when Micah beats me, I'll at least in my mind know I got
In
that
your
one
heart
extra point.
and in your soul, you will have beat me. Yes.
Okay. I actually found the very first match game question I ever wrote. I don't know if you know.
Wow.
Match game, when it started out, had no blanks in it. It was name a flower, name a president who's on money, name something you do with an egg. And 10 months in, it got canceled. So Goodson said, you have 2 more months of shows, but look for work. And over the weekend, I thought about it. And I said, Mark, I work for Mad. He goes, I know you work for Mad. I said, so why are we doing these dreadful, dreary questions? We should do questions like, Mary loved to pour gravy on John's blank. Okay. So he said, well, how could you do that? I said, well, they'll laugh and they'll write serious answers. And he said, do what you want. You have 2 months to go. But anyway, we got another 8 years out of the show. Okay, but that's your question. Mary loved to pour gravy on John's blank. There are a lot of good answers. I'll write an answer too. Mary loved to pour gravy on John's blank. All right. Okay. And so this is Micah's question. Everybody see answered, and Jason hasn't. Okay, everybody's in. Mary liked to pour gravy on John's blank. Micah, you say?
Well, it would be John's steak, of course.
Perfect answer. Perfect answer.
That's what the kids are calling it.
Iain, Mary liked to pour gravy on John's
meat and 2 veg.
Meat and 2 veg. Okay.
Is that the British version of steak?
You might want to look it up in the Urban Dictionary.
In a certain kind of way, possibly.
You'll never
I am
get
too
that
pure
right.
and holy for this game.
Yes.
Georgia, Mary liked to pour gravy on John's
Beef stew.
beef stew. Okay, that works. Christina? Head.
just
Got really mad at him.
Terrible husband.
Yeah, a very hostile Mary. And Jason. Mary liked to pour gravy on John's.
He'd love to pour it on his turkey. And the obvious second answer would be
Mashed
potatoes.
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 I almost wrote mashed potatoes.
One of those.
So did I. I almost did potatoes as well.
Potatoes and
Meatloaf.
gravy go together like.
I was trying to go old school, and I thought steak and gravy seemed like an old school answer, whereas mashed potatoes did not. Oh, well, alas. Yeah, turkey's good, but it's very festive.
Okay, a Dumb Dora question. They were very big in the old match game. Dumb Dora was so dumb.
How dumb
when
was
she realized, yes, thank you. I'll do it again. Dumb Dora was so dumb.
How dumb was
she?
She was so dumb when she ran out of chocolate chips, she made blank chip cookies.
I'll wait.
Dumb Dora. I'm sorry. It is Lory's question. Dumb Dora was so dumb when she ran out of chocolate chips, she made blank chip cookies. Oh, I got a good answer for this. I'm not playing, but who can stop me?
Exactly.
Who can stop me now?
Such an easy one.
Jason thinks he has a great answer, I think. Okay,
I have
Lory.
the only answer.
The only answer. Okay, Dumb Dora was so dumb she had no chocolate chips. She made blank chip cookies.
I'm going retro with this. Some people may not even know what this is. Blue chip.
Blue chip.
Okay. I think I'm funny.
I certainly don't know what that is.
Is that like?
I remember blue chips from when I was a kid.
Not these days, but no.
Okay, Iain, what kind of chips did she use? Dumb Dora use?
Yep.
Silicone.
Ooh, very tech of you.
Okay, Christina.
Yeah, I like Iain, computer chip.
Oh, computer. Oh, okay. Actually, that's also a very good answer. And Georgia?
For the 3, microchip.
Woohoo!
Oh my God.
See, we got one thing in mind.
We're tech.
Come on,
Yeah, that's right. You're all techie people.
You guys are
huge
nerds. You should have gone old school with wood chips.
Wood chips.
And I got no matches either. I said cow chips.
Cow chips.
Ooh, not tasty on the cow chips.
Oh my gosh. Cow, don't eat at her house. You know what? I have to buzz that buzzer. Is that okay?
Sure.
I'm gonna. You write while I get the Amazon door. Okay. Bill had a really big dog. How big was it?
How big was it?
Instead of a bone, Bill's dog buried his blank.
Ooh.
Oh, I love every thinking thing. It's like different music. Bill had a really big dog. Instead of a bone, Bill's dog buried blank.
Okay.
If you wait all day for a package, the best thing to do is take a shower or do a live show, and like magic, they just show
It'll be
up.
delivered.
Yes, exactly.
It's true.
Micah,
It's true.
we're back to you. Do you have an answer?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Bill had a really big dog. How big is he? Instead of a bone, Bill's dog buried
his owner.
Oh, that's very good. My answer was Bill. Bill's dog was so big. Instead of a bone, Bill's dog buried Bill. We would have matched. Okay, Iain. The dog was so big.
I'm feeling rather good about this one because I also got.
Yeah! Oh no! Bing, bing, bing. Oh, like ding, ding, ding. Yeah, Christina. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, so I put also Bill.
Oh wow! Runaway win.
The runaway Georgia.
I didn't. Sorry.
I was going to say,
that must be Clifford.
Card's a very funny answer. And Jason, I think, is not with us on this.
There is only one answer, and that is his owner, his master.
Oh, wow.
Of course he buried
What are we, like 4-1 now, or is it 5-1?
5-1. I think it's 5-1.
Oh my God!
I'm leaving. You guys,
5-1. 5-1.
No.
Okay.
Have your spiritual point.
Come on, give Lory an easy question. Give her an easy question.
Okay,
I think you gave the TWiT employee a better question.
Yeah.
Lory, the key is just to not be an adult and think like a child, and you'll match with us. That's
okay. That's okay. Got it.
Think like the person who wrote
Think like
the
a geek.
question.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Cautious Call. Okay, it's a new character on the show. Cautious Call was so cautious.
How cautious was he?
Thank you. He was so cautious, he even had a seatbelt on his blank. This should be very matchable, I think. Cautious Call was so cautious, he even had a seatbelt on his blank. And then we're going to probably have 2 more questions, and then we'll have the final roundup. And Johnny Olsen, tell them what they won. Whatever it is, it ends with turtle wax.
It'd be like, let's make a deal and give people.
Lory, do you have an answer?
I'm slightly dizzy from the.
So
Cautious
I took
Call.
Christina's advice. Christina's advice, and I went childlike with it. So
okay.
I hope this pays off.
Cautious Call was so cautious.
No.
Oh dear, I feel so embarrassed.
No.
Oh, that was your answer?
Answer again.
Yes.
Answer again.
Oh no, that's
Start
my
over. Give her a
answer.
mulligan.
Cautious call.
Come on, you guys.
Do another one.
Here.
Pick another one.
Oh, well,
Give
Iain.
her a redo.
Okay, Iain, cautious call was so cautious he even had a seatbelt on his.
I'm afraid to say.
Come on, Iain.
I'm going to be accused of lavatorial humor here, but.
Yep.
Oh, no,
That's a good one.
that actually my answer was.
Oh, I get it. That took me a second.
My answer was commode, so we would have matched. Okay, Christina?
Yeah, I put a sofa or couch.
Oh, see, that was the one I was thinking of, but that was too grown up.
Oh, no.
I'm so sorry.
Georgia?
So I went all the way, and he has a seatbelt on his seatbelt.
Oh, okay.
Very
Meta.
Very
A
meta.
meta
Well,
belt.
You know,
yeah.
that it's very deep and very wrong.
He's very
Jason?
cautious.
And very cautious. Jason?
I went with his desk chair, of course.
Is that? Oh, that's
Oh.
actually they're all very
While
good.
he's surfing the web. Desk chair.
They're all very good. Okay.
Mine was the best. though.
We're back to.
It was. That was the best. I thought about it actually, Lory.
You know what I thought you had done when you said what did you say? Meat and two veg. I thought Iain was going to say that, and I thought Jason was
so
going to say that.
too.
I'm sorry, I feel so ashamed that I didn't.
In the original
They
show,
went highbrow.
Gene asked a question like that. John liked to, Mary liked to pour gravy on John's blank, and the woman said pickle, and Gene said, all right. And then the next contestant said pickle, and Gene said, am I reading this wrong? And then the next contestant said it, and then Gene said, if anybody else says it, I'm leaving. And they said pickle. And so I had to go out and host the show. And the next person said pickle. Anyway, it turned out that Bill Cullen, who was a big game show player back then, had arranged all this. That no matter what the question was, the answer would be pickle. And that answer was so far out. I thought if Iain says veg, meat, and two, whatever it was, I know that these guys are conspiring, but they're not. Okay, did we get everybody's answer? I started that whole long speech.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back to
my turn.
Back to Mikah.
Micah. Okay. Oh, okay. Rude Rick was so rude.
How rude was he?
Rude was he?
Thank you,
How
Micah,
rude
for
was
paying. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
for
good
paying
at this,
attention.
Micah.
Rude Rick was so rude, even at fancy dinner parties, he put his blank on the table. Okay, Rude Rick.
Now, how rude
so
are we
rude.
talking here? Because I could go really obscene.
There is no degrees over. The degree of rude is in
Do not
you.
put meat in two veg.
What about pickle?
Do not put meat in two veg.
Rude Rick was so rude. Even at a fancy dinner party, he put his blank on the table. Oh, I think I have
So easy.
I think I have a very easy matchable answer.
Very
I mean,
much.
Gene railed. Occasionally, Gene would take a card and write something if he felt like it. Okay, Mike, you have an answer?
I do, but I have to get it written down again. Sorry, I messed it up.
Okay. No, absolutely no problem.
I had the eraser on instead. Elbows.
Okay, even at a fancy dinner party, Rude Rick was so rude he put his elbows on the table. Iain, I suspect that you're not going to be that genteel.
Actually, no, I was being very genteel. I said personal business. With
His personal business.
Oh, I
Meat
see.
to veg.
Do
Yeah,
that at a
wow.
family lunch,
That
but
ranges from mild to really disgusting. Okay, Christina?
Yeah, so I put pickle, but that was just a joke. No, I put feet. He put his feet on
Just
the table.
even in case no one else matches you, that was my answer.
Excellent.
Okay, Georgia?
So I thought we were already primed for this. So I also
Oh my
put
God, you did pickle?
Oh
Yeah,
my
we
God!
had
was
to.
going
This is
to
what I thought. I was like,
write
there's no one
pickle.
else.
Oh my
Christina
God!
and I
Oh
just
my
share the same brain.
2020, ladies.
We
I'm
share the
feeling
same brain.
very
She's the
uncomfortable.
smart part of the brain.
Totally. Is this after hours? I hope so.
Jason,
Come on, Jason.
you
Let's show us
said
what you got.
he was so
Listen,
rude.
obviously, it's very rude to put your elbows on the table, but it's not as rude as putting your feet on the table.
Oh,
The
man.
obvious answer. You don't put your feet on the table.
I lost
Three of
out on
us,
that one.
Matt. Three of us matched, and it didn't mean a thing. Okay, so we're back.
Come on.
So Lory. Let's see.
I'm playing it so polite.
Okay.
This is ridiculous.
All right.
Okay.
This is
All
not
holds are
match
barred.
Only the last two questions.
But also,
Right.
this is not match game. It's politeness is the whole thing is double entendres. Come on.
Okay.
No, it's
Time
not.
to get
It's
busy.
not. It's not. Okay. Dennis the artist said, "Don't tell anybody, but these $5,000 paintings were all done by a blank." Dennis the artist said, "Don't tell anyone, but all these $5,000 paintings were done by a blank." And Laura, you got to do well on this. We're 5-1. Okay. And I have an idea that the judges are going to have to come in
Such
here.
an easy one.
It's my gan.
I don't want to coach the witness, but think like a child.
The last time I thought like a child, I got it
maybe
wrong.
that's not a good idea.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
I know.
sorry. That was bad advice.
Go up 3 years from your last answer, possibly
I can't
4.
think
Maybe.
of the smutty answer. Hang on.
Okay, Lory. Dennis the artist said, "Don't tell anybody, but all these $5,000 paintings were done by
That's would have been
a
my guess.
dog." Okay,
Dog.
with artwork. Gosh, amazing. Iain, $5,000 paintings were done by
I
My
couldn't
chance.
think of the
My
smutty
chance.
one. I'm sorry.
A cat.
Oh my God!
So close.
Christina.
I
Christina,
almost
they were
put dog.
done by.
I'm so sorry. I went with
Oh,
monkey, but I'm
we're
so
all-
sorry. I
all
almost
right,
went with
well,
dog.
at
I'm
least
so
I matched
sorry.
someone I thought monkey, and we would match it with an
Yeah, I
ape.
almost put ape too. That's so funny.
Well, I nearly put dodgy AI, but that seemed too much.
Georgia,
Would've been funny,
you
though.
said
A dog.
Yes, on the board.
One more point.
Yeah.
no, two to 5 now, right? And
Yes.
Jason, you said
Well, monkey was my second choice, but my first choice was a baby. Obviously,
a baby.
See, I thought about
Actually-
that, and then I thought, actually, if
actually,
it was
baby.
good and it was made
All right,
by
well-
a child, it might be worth more than $5,000.
That's true. That's true.
Once again, overthinking it.
I agree.
that's true. Okay, we're gonna do one more question, and then we
One
will
more
get
question to the guy who's winning by 5 points. Come on.
Okay. For, all right,
Two more.
for Thanksgiving, Tiny Tom Thumb stuffed a blank. Okay. It's tiny. So for Thanksgiving, tiny Tom Thumb stuffed a blank.
Okay, so this is not the Tim from Scrooge.
Yeah, it's Christmas Carol, right?
No, it's Tiny Tom Thumb.
No,
Totally
Tom
different guy.
Thumb.
Tom
So a
Thumb.
very,
Tom
very
Thumb.
Yeah,
What's
he's
her
tiny.
son?
Reading
He's
comprehension, please.
Oh, what?
Listen.
The tiny kid? Oh, good.
Yeah,
He's-
like a
yeah,
bit like
he's
Thumbelina.
It doesn't matter
Yeah,
what
he-
it is,
yeah,
just
yeah.
small.
Really,
The idea
really
is small.
tiny.
It's not a turkey. It's something smaller than that. That's the gist of the question, Ian. Why do I have to explain this? It's not
Well,
meat
yeah,
and
but
two
that's
veg.
Right. We did not have someone on stage doing that, but that's a
Not
good idea,
stuff is meat
Jason.
and two veg.
Meat and two
Oh,
bit.
sorry. I'm going to
Okay.
go with my original answer. To hell with it. Right. I apologize in advance.
Okay. Tiny Tom Thumb was so tiny.
How tiny
stuffed-
was he?
He
Was
was
he?
so tiny that he stuffed a blank for Thanksgiving. And Mikah, what was that tiny thing? Were you writing all the stuffing ingredients?
No,
Go ahead.
did another boo-boo, but I'm here now.
Oh,
a pigeon.
Pigeon's very good. A pigeon is good. A
Very
pigeon's a good answer.
Very good.
Oh,
This
no.
might need to go to the judges for this one.
I see
No, they're way too
Ian
selfish
groaning
in
now.
bed. Yeah.
Ian, you said stuffed a...
I feel like I'm going for the smutty end now, but...
A
But he's so
neighbor.
small.
Wow.
Maybe his neighbors are small.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess he lives in a small neighborhood.
Georgia, he stuffed a...
I might have went too small, but flea.
Oh, my God.
It's a good
Wow.
callback.
What in the world would fit in a flea? I dread to think about it. Okay, Christina. Tiny
Yeah,
Tom
I was
song.
like Georgia. I went small with fly.
Stuff the fly. Okay. And Jason?
Well, it's so obvious you definitely want to go with a smaller bird than a turkey, so I chose a sparrow. And I think we can go to the judges.
Okay,
Close
well,
enough to
I was
consider
in,
or
I
not?
was
It's not a
in,
pigeon.
I was in that area with you. I said he's not a turkey, but he stuffed a
That's a
canary.
In the coma.
Okay.
No points.
Alex said, we're back to Lory. Alex said, our town is so
one more
weird.
chance.
You might do on this. Our town is so weird. On
How
New
weird
Year's
is
Eve.
it?
How weird is it?
Okay, thank you. Alex said, our town is so weird. On New Year's Eve, they drop a blank ball. Okay? Not at Times Square, they have the big ball. But Alex said, our town is so weird.
Ceremony, by the way, but
On
still.
New Year's Eve, they drop a blank ball. Okay, I don't know. I think I have a good answer for this. Actually, you need to get 3 matches, right? To tie?
4.
To tie, I need 3.
Let her give 2 answers.
Yeah, I
Let her
forgot
give
you
2.
had 2. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 to tie, but 4 to win.
her
You'd
2
have to
answers.
match
Give her 2 swings.
everybody to win.
Okay, everybody. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking.
I just DM'd
Come on,
you.
you
I
can
just
do
DM'd
it.
you.
You can do it.
If you get that message, change your
Now
answer
that's
before
cheating.
I call on you. Okay, Ian, my town is so weird. On New Year's Eve, they
Wait.
drop
Let me give my answer first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm so excited.
My answer is
a
beach.
beach ball.
It's so obvious.
Oh my God.
Gosh, darn it.
That
I'm
means
not a
some people didn't
Californian.
pick the
I'm
same
a
way as
Brit.
me.
Oh,
So I'm afraid
so
I
obvious.
went with this.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, me too.
No,
I had a
that's the wrong
meatball.
ball.
I said I would have
Georgia
said basketball.
Don't do beach balls.
No. There's
Georgia
only one
said,
ball that matters, and that's a bowling ball.
Oh,
So obvious.
okay.
You go with bowling
George, you didn't get
ball.
yours.
Like George's response. Like, what is that?
That would be very weird.
That would
It
be
would be
Georgia,
very
you
weird.
said?
A mothball? Georgia, you're muted.
Oh, am I muted?
Now you're back.
I've lost sound. Okay, good. Is it for me then?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Here we go. I have a beach
Come on, Georgia.
ball.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Very good.
One more point.
What? And Christina.
I'm so close. I put bouncy ball.
Oh, that's funny.
That's good too.
Oh, and you said we love Lory. Oh, you're so sweet. I love you too.
Oh,
I hate you all.
all right. So I think they said we should end this at 8, so it's 8:02. What's the final score?
The final
I
score
don't even wanna
is
hear
Lory with 3 and Mikah with 5.
You know, it
Oh,
wasn't so
wow.
bad. If I
No,
get
it was
my
good.
if I get my spiritual point, then
Yeah.
that's 4 to 5.
Yes,
so.
you should. You should 4 to 5.
You did.
Yeah.
You met. There was a lot of interaction matching,
Yes.
which
yeah,
counts. For,
we did okay. We did okay. You still beat me, but I love you anyway.
Yes. Love to
and also,
you.
I love that you love Match Game.
Wait.
That's really great.
This way.
That's really great. Okay, so
Good slap.
panelists and guests, this was really great fun.
Thank
We don't
you.
even. They're so cheap,
Thank
they don't
you.
even have turtle wax for you guys. So you've been watching Not the Match Game here at TWiT After Hours. And we hope you have a wonderful, matching, fun time wherever you are. Okay, till next Friday when they do something totally different. This is Not the Match Game.
Micah's prize is actually actually that he gets to work from home.
That was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys. That was a lot of fun.
That was so fun. Oh my
That
God.
was. I really enjoyed
Thank you
that.
so
Can we get
much.
a Revenge of the Sith poster?
Pickle.
This
Somebody
was
get
fun.
her.
Genuinely
Get her
really
Revenge
fun.
of the Sith.
This was like a bucket
Now,
list
if
thing for me because I'm the biggest Match Game fan. I used to watch that on like the
I love it too.
reruns
I love it
all
too.
the time.
Well, no, I mean, I used to watch
great.
Blankety Blank on the UK when Terry Wogan did it with his stupid microphone. And this is hilarious. The prize you got was the Blankety Blank checkbook and pen, which shows quite how old the thing was.
So in
I mean, that
college
was-
in the early 2000s, I got a bunch of frat guys obsessed with Match Game because I would be at the fraternity house and I would be wanting to watch. And sure enough, like by a few hours, they do these marathons. You'd have all these like 21, 22-year-old guys just like watching these daytime shows from the 70s, loving it. It was actually really funny.
Excellent.
Actually, what killed Match Game originally was that it used to be on at 3:30 in the afternoon, and kids were home from school and loved it. And then someone got the bright idea at NBC, let's put it on at 11 in the morning. And it just took 4 months.
It was a
for
bit
the ratings.
subversive, I have to say. It was a bit subversive. You couldn't get
Tell
away
me
with
what was
it
great
today.
about it. Oh no, you could not get away with it today.
Brett Summers was amazing.
How drunk was everyone on the
Well,
show?
I mean, it was also Charles Nelson Riley was obviously flamboyantly gay, and
Yeah.
if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, was Brett Summers like a diehard lesbian?
I don't think so.
No,
Right.
Franny Flagg was though.
I don't think. But the
I saw
the
Betty
funny,
White on it though, and she is
She was.
legitimately older than sliced bread and so much better. So it was just.
She was great. She was great.
The funny
No, I
thing is-
loved it.
But I just always like Charles Nelson Riley. I was always like, what is weird about that guy when I was like 10 years old? I was like, there's something not right about that guy. He's kind of weird.
See, I discovered it in my teens, and so I was just like, how did they get away with this? But how drunk was everyone? Genuinely, like that's my question because it was.
There was
what it
definitely a
was-
lot of drugs and alcohol going on, right?
it was
Made the
no
questions
drugs.
better.
No drugs.
Oh,
What-
no,
what-
I mean,
what-
It was the same on
Or-
Blankety Blank. There was some contestants, I think Reggie Bosanquet was on there, who famously wouldn't appear on air without a bottle of wine inside him. So, you know. It's,
in the
For
Brit
next
version.
time wine.
yeah.
No,
one of those
in
things.
the U.S. version, all 5 shows were done in one day, but they didn't want the panelists to leave the studio, so they had a catered lunch every day, which included
Ew.
endless glasses of wine. So
So smart.
the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday shows were usually a little nuttier than the Monday and Tuesday show.
No cannabis.
and-
No cannabis going on in the 70s. Huh?
Not
Never.
in the,
No, there
Never
were a bunch of
stepped out for a
alcoholics
smoke?
at that
not
point.
not in the studio. But the funny thing about Brett
You're
was
not a narc. I like it.
Jack Klugman was on, who was married to Brett, and Jack Klugman called the producer Ira Scutch and said, "Brett is driving me crazy. Can you just put it on one episode to get it off my back?" And Ira said, "Well, we do a week at a time. We'll try her out for a week." Well, her and Charles Nelson Riley, from the first
Chemistry.
week of shows, just hit it off, and they were booked forever.
so great.
And yeah, and the great thing about Charles Nelson Riley, I saw him on an interview show, and someone said, "Is it fun being on Match Game?" And Charles Nelson Riley said, "How about this? You get invited to a party, and you have a lot of laughs, and then they serve you lunch, and then they give you booze to drink, and then as you're walking out the door to say goodbye, they hand you a check for $1,000. That was the match. That was the match.
Oh,
Yeah. And I just, by the way, I got the
Watchable.
Apple Pay for $1,000. Thank you so much. That was incredible.
Yeah, exactly.
I got
but this-
I got to run. 2,000. What's going on? You're underpaying the men again?
sorry.
I got to bounce. See you later. Thanks for having me.
Wow,
Thank
does
you.
my
take care.
$5 Amazon gift card look pretty bad now?
Honestly, I would have paid to do this. Dick, thank you so much. This was
It was
amazing.
wonderful.
No,
Really
this
great.
much fun.
was a
Really great.
really good fun.
And it's
It really
Laura's
can be
watching.
the
next
Thanks
one.
for putting it together.
And with
This
such
was
great
such
people,
a great idea.
that was awesome. So
You're welcome.